Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Moletrap, and I'm going to be commentating several games for you today. I'm going to be doing the entirety of SKT1 versus STX Seoul, and this is game one, and it's going to be Bisu versus Calm to start off with. This is Bisu over here, representing SKT1. He used to be NBC Games, basically star ace. For and here's Calm over here. I just wanted to show you this. Look at him. He looks so weird. Look, he's like opening his eye. I don't know if you can tell in the low quality. He's opening his eyes. It looked like he was waking up from a trance. His eyes were up in his head and stuff. And now he looks all frantic. I love Calm because even though his name is Calm, he always, no matter what, he always looks like he's like frantic. Like if they show him during the game, his eyes will be wide open and he'll be like, game, Well, I won't say that, but that's what the look on his face is. Anyway, yeah, this should be an exciting match. Bisu, of course, for those of you that may have never watched a StarCraft game before, well, yeah. Anyway, Bisu was the bonjour of however you pronounce it. I'm sure that's completely wrong since I'm pronouncing it like I don't know, like it's French or something like that almost. No, that would be like bonjour. Okay, never mind. But anyways, it means that he was basically the dominant player of 2007. He was the player to beat. He was the player to worry about running into in the early levels of the Star Leagues because you would get out because he was almost certain to advance in the ranks pretty much. For most of 2007 until Mind took him down. And so the thing is though, is Bisu, it's like Bisu, he's one of those players that he's fallen off a little bit, but not completely. So he hasn't been playing his best. He hasn't been winning games as consistently as he was, of course. But you always have to worry about him. He's always deep down inside somewhere. There's a possibility that he's just going to open up with the eliteness of the best StarCraft player in the world at one time, and being the best StarCraft player in the world in 2004, your skills are not going to be nearly at the same level as the best StarCraft player, or even a normal StarCraft pro gamer in 2008. But Bisu was just recently kind of knocked off his throne, so he's still capable of a lot. Calm, I've been keeping my eye on him. He's impressed me at times, and then at other times he has let me down, I guess. I haven't been keeping that much of an eye on, but I don't exactly remember the game or why, but I remember sometime last year he really kind of impressed me, and I was like, this guy might be a pretty good upcoming Zerg, but he hasn't managed to accomplish anything since then too much. I think he's gotten into a couple Star Leagues at the very low levels, but hasn't really broken out yet. But he is a very good Zerg player at times, and he is a possible match for Bisu at his lower level right now. And Calm going for a 9 pool here. It looks like 9. Yeah, it must have been 9 because the Overlord just popped out, right? Yeah, because you basically go for 9 drones, then you get your spawning pool. I believe he got his Overlord after the spawning. No, he must have gotten it before because the Overlord popped out. Anyways, I guess I think that's what they call overpool, where you go for the Overlord first and then for the spawning pool. It's a little bit better for your economy because you get the Overlord out quicker and then you can get more drones out quicker. And he's probably going to set up a second hatchery as well. Bisu has scouted this, so he's putting down his forge first. If he had scouted a 12 hatchery, he probably would have been able to get Nexus down first, because basically the Bisu build, and this is Bisu, so he should know how to do a Bisu build. Basically depends on, you see what the Zerg is doing, and then you can respond to it in turn. So if the Zerg is expanding and getting econ, then you go expand and get econ first, and it's relatively safe because then you can still make this little wall to protect yourself. But he has gotten his Nexus down actually before cannon. Basically, I mean, he has the time for the Zerglings to run across the map for him to make that cannon there. And did you see Calm there? His eyes are like, wah! Second cannon going down. Pretty good idea. There are some Zerglings. He doesn't know if more Zerglings are coming out as well. It's possible that Calm is pumping Zerglings from his larvae after those first ones. He's not. We know he's not. But and Bisu playing a probe in the blockade there. just to delay a little bit extra time for the cannon to come in, and the cannon just barely comes in. If it had come in a moment later, or if he hadn't stopped that up, the Lings would have been able to squeeze through that gap, and then they would have been in a good position to actually surround that cannon right as it was warping in. Whereas the few cannon shots as the Lings ran up to it actually would make a difference. I don't think he would have committed those 4 Lings to that one cannon, especially with the second one warping in, but just a possibility, and Bisu was taking that into account. So now Bisu's going to have his expansion up and running, and Calm has his expansion, of course, and he's actually gone for a third base as well. So Calm, he's gone for the 9 pool, and now so the 9 pool slows you down economically compared to a 12 hatch because, well, obviously, I mean, you don't get your hatchery up as quickly, you don't get your expansion up as quickly. Oh, and it looks like he even, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even notice that before. Calm, because Bisu was harassing his second base so much, Calm actually went and planted his second hatchery down at the third base. So that's why that's come in earlier, and now his third base is actually the one at his natural expansion. So, in any case, so Calm going for a lot of economy here to match the fact that Bisu has now gone for a lot of economy. He knows that Bisu's not going to be able to move out for a couple minutes because he spent so much money on the Nexus and the Forge and everything like that. You know, it would be funny if a player did like a fake Bisu build sometime, and they like started to build cannons at the front, but they actually had gateways in the back. Wouldn't work on a map like this because, as you can see, the Overlord right above Bisu's base, seeing everything that he's doing for tech. Zerg would have been able to spot it and see what was going on, basically, but I don't know if that would actually work at all. Actually, it might not, because he spent a lot of minerals on the front door, and so you might not have anything to spare for your gateways in the back there. Bisu going for another scout. Bisu has made his StarCraft reputation off of his scouting. He's able to just get stuff in there, see what's going on, and he sees the spire going up. He sees the lair, and he sees the spire going up. Calm going for a spire right off the bat, and this is a little bit risky, but I don't think he expected Bisu to scout him. Now Bisu is going to be able to respond to this. Basically, and we'll see if Calm adapts by putting down a Hydralisk Den, or if he's going to just keep up with this spire here. But he only has 2 gas, so it might be bad in the long run. But in any case, so yeah, Bisu has his Stargate up. The thing is Calm is going to have a small window of opportunity where if he can get out enough Mutalisks or what have you quickly to deal with, oh, Zealot getting surrounded and and picked off. I guess Calm didn't like that Zealot there, just chilling, blocking things up. But in any case, if Calm can get out some Mutalisks and some Scourges quickly, then he'll be able to. And yeah, you can see Beast is putting out a cannon in his main because